I started having sleep paralysis 3 months ago, but what I'm seeing during the episodes isn't sleep paralysis. It began after I moved into my new apartment downtown. Just typical sleep paralysis stuff at first. Waking up unable to move, feeling like someone was in the room with me, that crushing weight on my chest. My doctor said it was stress from the move and new job, prescribed some sleep aids, told me it would pass once I adjusted to my new routine. The episodes happened maybe once a week, always around 3 a.m. During paralysis, I'd see a dark figure standing in the corner of my bedroom. Standard hallucination according to everything I'd read online. The shadow person is the most common sleep paralysis vision. Nothing to worry about. But that was just the beginning of realizing something was very wrong. The figure started getting clearer each time. Not just a shadow anymore, but something with actual features. Tall, impossibly thin, with long arms that hung down past where its knees should be. Its face was wrong. Too many angles, like someone had tried to draw a human face from memory and gotten it horribly wrong. I started keeping a journal of the episodes. The figure appeared in the same spot every time, but it was getting closer. First week, corner of the room. Second week, middle of the room. Third week, foot of my bed. During my last episode, it was standing right beside my bed, close enough that I should have been able to reach out and touch it, except I couldn't move, couldn't speak, could only watch as it slowly turned its head to look directly at me. What I realized next made me question everything I thought I knew about sleep paralysis. Yesterday, I found scratches on my bedroom wall exactly where I'd been seeing the figure stand. Deep gouges in the drywall, like something with very long claws had been scraping at it. The scratches were fresh. The drywall dust was still on my carpet. I set up a camera to record my sleep. If this was just sleep paralysis, there'd be nothing on the footage. Just me lying in bed, paralyzed but alone. I reviewed last night's recording this morning. For the first 3 hours, everything was normal. Then at exactly 3:17 a.m., something appeared in the corner of my bedroom. It wasn't a hallucination. It was real. The thing moved exactly like I'd experienced during my episodes. Stood in the corner for several minutes, then slowly walked closer to my bed. The camera captured everything. Its impossible height, those 2 long arms, the way it moved like its joints bent in directions they shouldn't. But the most terrifying part was what happened next. On the recording, I watched myself wake up, eyes open, staring directly at this thing standing beside my bed. But I wasn't paralyzed. I was sitting up, talking to it, having a conversation I couldn't hear because there was no audio. The conversation lasted almost 20 minutes. I watched myself nod, shake my head, even reach out and touch this creature's arm. I looked calm, like I was talking to an old friend. I have no memory of any of this. In my mind, I was paralyzed and terrified. But the camera shows me actively engaging with something that shouldn't exist. At the end of the recording, I watched myself lie back down and close my eyes. The thing stood there for another few minutes, then walked to my window and simply stepped through the glass like it wasn't there. What scares me most is that this has been happening for 3 months. I checked the timestamps on all my sleep paralysis episodes. They line up perfectly with gaps in my memory. Times when I thought I was asleep, but the camera shows me awake, sitting up, talking to something invisible. I'm writing this at 2:45 a.m. I've been watching the corner of my room for the past hour. It's almost time for my nightly visitor, and now I know I won't just be watching this time. I can feel my consciousness starting to slip, like something else is taking control. My hand is moving toward the camera to turn it off, but I'm not telling it to move. Whatever's been visiting me doesn't want to be recorded anymore. I think it's tired of just talking.